All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, my name is Omojesu Alfred, and I'm seeing the Swag King of the boss of all bosses. I happen to be among the very most innocent guys on the face of planet Terra. Like Julius Caesar, I tell people I came, I saw, and of course, I conquer because the streets refuse to go to church, and I've made up my mind that I'm definitely going to take the church to the street now, only that we may have Christ with a whole lot of swag. This is discovering the gold mine in real estate. And of course, before I introduce my guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to go on a very short break. I'll be right back shortly. Now, welcome back from the short break. Is discovering the gold mine in real estate with the boss of all bosses. And of course, I have Mr. Godfrey right here with me on set. How's everything, Mr. Godfrey?
Very well, thank you.
All right, you're looking so smart, so
Thank
sharp.
you. You're not looking bad yourself.
Thank you, thank you. All right, now we are looking at when is the right time to invest in real estate?
That's interesting. That's a beautiful question. I'll tell you the bad time to invest first.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it will give you an idea. This man, Steve Bolton,
Yeah.
I follow him a lot. He says the only bad time to invest in real estate is later.
That sounds so interesting. So the only bad time to invest in real estate is later. Okay.
Yeah.
But to you, how would you define real estate? Now you said that you can't tell us the right time to invest, but you know the bad time is later, meaning we can invest anytime, not like later, but we can invest like now. But explain, throw a little bit light into it, so
Okay.
the layman could just understand and get something from that.
Okay. You know, that quote already gave the answer in
Yeah.
a different light because it just tells you that now is always the best time.
Okay.
And later is like you're procrastinating. Should I buy a property now? Should I buy it later?
Okay.
If you decide to buy it later, then you've made a bad decision.
Okay.
And if you decide to buy it now, it's the best decision you can ever take. You know, because real estate, one thing about real estate is it's like, it's not a business that you invest in and have a heart attack over because you're waiting for it to materialize. You're waiting for, I'm an agronomist.
Okay.
I grow crops. And when I plant a seed, I look at it grow, I watch it grow. I have a heart attack over, will the storm come and wash the seeds away before it germinates?
Okay.
And even after it germinates, will the animals come and eat up my seeds before it fruits?
Yeah.
Real estate is totally different. You purchase a property, you go home and sleep.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
So that's the beauty of real estate. And coming from an agricultural point of view, we love lands, arable lands.
Okay.
So for another businessman who deals on tangible properties, buildings, hotels, and all that, he might see real estate in a different light than me. When I see vast land, for me, that is business. Now, for a man who wants to build a hotel, for instance, will see a smaller land in a big area where you have a lot of people. That will be a promising field for him. So it's relative. But however you look at it, real estate is something that always gives you a return upon your investment.
Investments. Okay. Now, I want you to tell us, give us your own experience when it comes to real estate. Let's know your own experience.
Oh, interesting.
Mm.
And I will have to drag you in this because I just I'll have to drag you to it because
Okay.
I just, should I say, not close the deal, but initiated one
Yeah.
with Crado.
Yeah.
And so far, the experience has been amazing.
Okay.
You know, I'm a businessman,
All right.
but I would want to consider myself as a visionary one.
Okay.
You know, and a visionary businessman he looks at the future to make his investments. You know, even though the numbers are good, you get statisticians and business analysts to put the numbers together and tell you your turnover period is XXYZ. Yes, that's fine. But as a visionary businessman, I work a lot with my guts.
Okay.
So if my guts tell me do this, I do it. That's how I make my business decision, even in terms of real estate.
Okay.
So if I want to get a property, yes, I would do the background checks that needs to be done, but that does not limit me from the outcome of my background check. Usually does not limit my decision-making process. That's my personal opinion. About.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, because at this point in time, we would like to go on a very short break, so go nowhere. We'll be right back shortly.
My name is Steven Okia. I got to know about Credo World a couple of weeks back when a friend at the office told me about this very juicy offer. For me, a satisfied customer defines quality, and Credo World has gone a very long way to show this level of quality. I mean, all the way from the site visits to the quality of land they've had to sell, dryness of the land and proximity to an institution. I think this is an offer that is very, very irresistible. Of course, after the site visit, I was very much encouraged to go ahead and commit. And here I am today with a copy of my land documents. And my advice to people out there would be to make the most of this offer because it's, I mean, very too good to be true at this point. Prices might go up much later, but make the best you can with what's available now. And to Crowd World, I would say keep the flag flying and continue this level of professionalism and quality. Thank you very much.
Now, welcome back from the break. The name is Jason Alfred, and this is Discovering the Gold Mine in Real Estate. Of course, our guest right here with us on set, Mr. Godfrey. We're still looking at when is the right time to invest in real estate. And of course, he said something. He said the wrong time is to invest later. Now, when we say something later, that is actually the wrong time to invest. But I would want him to educate us. Yes, to educate us. How do we know the right land to invest in?
Oh, thank you.
The right real estate, the right property to invest in.
Yeah, that's a very beautiful question. And I think I touched based on it a little bit. When I said it's relative, it depends on the purpose, why you want to acquire a particular property. Do you want to put what kind of structure do you want to put there? And what kind of service do you want that property to deliver to the people that are living in that area? So for going back to my former point, for an agriculturist, what will determine where you purchase your property will be access to roads, access to markets, plain area where you could do your animal husbandry or your crop production. But for for other commercial purposes like hotels, like residential buildings. You want to go to a place that has potential for the influx of human beings and human activity. So if I wanted to build a block of flats and I want to rent it out, I would look at a place where, okay, probably the government has cited a new school there, or the government has cited a big industry there, and I know that the influx of people there will drive activities, economic activities in that area. So I would want to go there and purchase land. And mind you, in civilized society where there's proper town planning and proper urbanization planning, you already beforehand know that certain structures, certain business activities will come to certain areas.
Okay.
So you have to be proactive. I'll give you a classical example. The recent refinery that Dangote is building, that land has been existing since.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't see the opportunity
To get something.
Yeah. You can imagine the people that had bought then, that didn't wait for later. Now the refinery is almost complete. You can't go there and purchase land.
No.
You can't, because it's finished by now. So whoever is a landlord there is a big shot. So that's how to determine when the right time to buy. So it depends on what you want to use the land for, and the information that you've gathered over time about the prospect of that particular area.
Okay, at this point, when it comes to real estate, I want you to look at those two different persons, all right, and how their reasoning. Now we're talking about the rich and the poor. Okay, now there's some set of persons that will always stay. It doesn't matter if his brigade has even building the refinery. It doesn't matter if it's a Lamont. It doesn't matter. But they looked at it this way, that I don't want to buy a bush. That place is bush, is not developed. Someone told me the other day, I said, I prefer to buy land in the center of GRA instead of going to let me be seeing deep, let me see people around and everything. What is the disadvantage of buying? What is the advantage and disadvantage of buying a bush? And what is the advantage and disadvantage of buying a land in a well-developed area?
Very good question, but I'll give you one small comic relief. That GRA you see today was once a bush.
Yeah.
You get it?
Okay.
And to answer the question about how the rich think, you see, the rich and the poor, the only thing that separates them is the way they think.
They think, yeah.
Where the rich sees opportunity, the poor sees scam. He sees fear. Doesn't want to go in. He's seeing bush, but the rich is seeing an estate. Is visionary. Is futuristic. So when you want to choose what to buy, there's a factor that comes to play. Can I afford it?
Okay.
That's one aspect of it, whether or not you can afford that area. Now, can you afford an area in GRA? No. Can you afford an area in the bush? Yes. Are you willing to wait until that bush becomes the GRA?
Yeah.
That's the difference. And that is why, not to digress, that is why the poor will remain poor. Let me tell you something, give you an information. In 2019, we had the COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
Do you know that in the same year, the National Association of Realtors in the United States had the most sales?
Wow.
Over 6-point-something million units of houses were sold. 22% increase from previous year. People saw an opportunity. They took advantage of the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of people were displaced. So they know that people were displaced, they needed homes.
Yeah.
People started,
Building.
yeah, and they recorded the highest sales so far
Even in the midst of the
in the
pandemic.
midst of the pandemic.
When people even complain there is no money, the economy is going down, and other people are making money
They're
to
making
real
crazy
estate.
money from real estate.
Wow.
A good example in Nigeria that I can get, the closest example I'll get, will be what is happening in Abuja.
Wow.
You know, the urban cities, the urban town, the suburb towns are all well planned. People started buying land there.
Yeah.
If you go there now, it's beautiful. I was in Lugbe. Lugbe is a community or a town in Abuja. Well planned. The real estate business there is booming. Houses that 2-bedroom flats as at 5-10 years ago that would have sold for less than 10 million is now selling for 35, 30 million.
Wow. Wow, that's an amazing one. All right, of course, ladies and gentlemen, time waits for no one. Of course, when we look at time, we say time actually flies faster and faster and faster. So we cannot replenish those time. But at this point, I would like to go on a very short bit. Of course, when we return, Mr. Godfrey is going to actually telling us, he's going to educate us about his own experience with Crowd World. But that will be after the break. Thank you.
Development is like a wildfire. Nothing can stop it. Today's bush, tomorrow's paradise. Crado World International new price alert. Crado Estate Abara is now selling at 650,000 naira per plot. It's a 1-minute drive from the RSU Faculty of Agriculture near Stella Maris University. Features: dry land suitable for investment, event center, well-designed layout, good road network, shopping mall and more. Documentation: deed of conveyance, registered survey plan, no agency fee, no bush entry and no family wahala. Office address: Number 19A Old Aba Road, Caterpillar House, Romamasi, Port Harcourt. Office line 0808-112-3481 or 0810-479-1824. That is 0808-112-3481 or 0810-479-1824. Crado World International. Today's bush, tomorrow's paradise.
Now, welcome back from the break. Over to you, Mr. Godfrey. Tell us your experience with Crowd World.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, the Crowd World was an amazing experience.
Oh, wow.
Amazing in the sense that two things came to play. The kind of person that I am and the reception I got from Crowd World. One thing that drives business and any relationship is transparency and information. So, and I saw that with Crowd World, and they say seeing is believing also. So, I saw that. So when I got to the prospective property, I was properly informed. This is how far we've gone with this. These are the documentation that you will. And another thing, their payment plan was perfect for me.
Okay.
You understand? Payment plan is always can be a hindrance to people acquiring properties. But Crowd World gave me a soft landing in terms of payment plan. You could pay instrumentally, you make payments, you make a first deposit, some percentage of the total cost, and you spread the payment over a flexible period of time. So this was amazing for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so what would you advise people out there that are seen looking at bush, seen being a scam? We have a lot of people like that. They just have their mind focused on these days. Okay, let's say for instance, someone that have been on our platform from January. Now he called January and he said, I want to buy a plot of land. I will say, oh, we're selling it for 400. I say, oh, I'm not in Port Harcourt, but I needed to get one. Okay. And they call again in March, 550. Oh, you guys have moved it to 550. I say, yes, sir, we'll move it to 550.
Mm.
Oh, I need to get one. And okay, all right, fine. So what's the plan? And he called again in June. Oh, you guys have moved it to 600, the same land. Yes, I will move it to 600. Oh, I would love to get, but I don't have anybody. I don't. It's okay, fine.
Mm.
And he called last week. He said, you guys are about to move it to 800. No, now is not, I would love to. Somebody is coming now.
Wow.
And he got it for 650 because he doesn't want it to get to 800.
Yeah.
Now he got to plot at the rate of 1.3 million. Now, do you know, as of January, 1.4 will have given him 3 plots just to add 100,000 on top. But right now he's spending 1.3 for 2 plots. And we have a lot of people like that out there that are saying doubting. What would be your advice to them?
Yeah, I think they need to change their perception about how they see real estate and actually property acquisition. You know, landed properties, land especially. I like talking about land because I'm a farmer. I love land. You know.
Okay.
So land
is
the only thing that you can invest in that always appreciates. It never depreciates. Take
Doesn't
this
matter
to
the
the
years.
bank. It never depreciates. The stock exchange, I also trade on crypto, but I'm not a heavyweight. Yeah, because that's something that is not tangible.
Yeah.
And I can see it, you know. So crypto depreciates. Elon Musk will wake up one morning and make a tweet. Crypto's down.
Will go down.
You know,
Yeah.
I lost money there too.
Wow.
It doesn't happen like that with land.
Okay.
The only thing that happens is if there is a threat to life there, everybody moves away. The value remains
the same. And after a while, they will definitely come back
back
to the
to it.
place.
You see? So I think this has been my message to those kind of people.
Alright.
You know,
Okay.
change the way you think about it. Act now.
Wow.
What's time to act is later.
Yesterday. All right. Thank you for coming, sir. Thank you. We appreciate
Thank you
your
so
presence.
much.
And of course, we are not taking it for granted. We can't take you for granted. I want to say thank you for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call it to wrap for today. Don't forget, my name is Omoje Soafed, and this is Discovering the Gold Mine in Real Estate. Until I see you the same station next week, don't forget to always tell yourself the truth. Now, he said something. He said the worst moment, the worst time to invest is later. Okay, so you don't just tell yourself later. The question is, if you can do it now, then what are you waiting for? He said something. He said, GRA that you're calling today was once a bush. Now people created it to be that way. I told someone yesterday, see, we're all shouting Golf Estate. Golf Estate was once a bush. And someone looked at it and said, okay, we want to make it a Golf Estate. And that's why we have the Golf Estate today. That's why we have the Old Delhi Road today. It was, those areas were bush and even swampy then. But people went and buy water. People were buying water. They were buying the swampy area. But today, that place is old GRA, Old Delhi Road today. And that's how we have it in other places. So the best time to act is now. All right, the best time to act is now. And of course, and that's why Crowd World is here to give you value for your money. That's one thing you need to tell yourself. Now, I tell people I don't sell land. We don't sell. What we sell is value. So we give you value for your money. And in case you're just hearing us today, please, I'm sorry. For those of you watching us, on Monday, the same land that is going for 650 will be going for 800,000. So it's like no more 650, it's 800 from Monday. So and I know, but despite the fact that it's 800, does not mean it will not get to 1 million, does not mean it will not get to 2 million, does not mean, I told someone, I said, I can't wait for about to get to 5 million. All right, so I can give people some storyline about it. But at that point, maybe it's the people right now that will be selling their properties, because why? We might not have any to sell there, but they will sell. But that's one funny thing you need to understand about Crowd World. We give you value for for your money. So why not call the numbers displayed on your screen right now, or visit us in our office so we can give you more light, tell you more things, and of course advise you on how you can invest your money into landed properties. As I say again next week, I want to say bye for now. Thank you.